What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the tavern. I'm Spencer.
I'm Eli.
And this is Bardic
We
Blunders.
may have been a little bit distracted.
I was 100% distracted. We were talking about Oblivion. I'll go ahead and say what I was saying. Eli said he can't wait for in 10 years Skyrim getting remastered. And I said I was going to say I saw a thing earlier that said
So much.
So it was like a new RuneScape game releases, a new Elder Scrolls 4 releases. The Pope dies. Welcome to 2005. It's literally, legitimately, the original RuneScape, the original Oblivion, both released in 2005. What's up, Snake? And the Pope died. The previous Pope died in 2005.
2 popes ago.
Is that 2 popes ago?
Yes, that was 2 popes ago.
Oh, okay. Well, then
because the new pope came. Francis was signed in when we were in middle school.
Oh, okay. But legitimately, RuneScape just released a new game. Oblivion remastered comes out. It's a perfect stroke. But speaking of Oblivion remastered, that's going to be the big talking point today. Oh my gosh, what a remarkable announcement by Bethesda, coming in, just dropping their meat in the table for all these other video game companies, Nintendo, to see and see how it's done. The announcement was great because I had a feeling they were going to shadow drop it today, but I wasn't like 100%. I don't have there's plenty of other YouTubers playing it. There's the trailers. Like, I don't have any. I'm not going to pull out gameplay. I will be probably playing it later this week. If my computer will run it. If not, I will cry. But they seem to have a great attention to detail.
I am currently playing it.
Yeah, Eli's playing it right now as we speak. They have a great attention to detail where it's like they fixed the leveling system, but they kept the faces kind of janky. They kept a lot of the old dialogue, which is really nice.
Yeah.
It's like they fixed what needed to be fixed, and what didn't need to be fixed, and what gave Oblivion its charm, they left alone, and I really like that. I'm so appreciative
I'm really upset
of
right
that.
Now.
Why?
I just opened my stat thing, and I have my highest score is strength, luck, and endurance, and my lowest one is intelligence. I'm really upset now.
Oh, what did you expect? But
sorry.
A lot of great things that they've done. I think I obviously have yet to play it myself, but I am legitimately thrilled to get in and play it. It's just a matter of me making space on my computer for it. Which I think I'm gonna go ahead and do right now.
I can interact with random stuff hanging in the air?
Yeah. I am not sure what you're referring to, but yes. So yeah, dude, the great way to announce the game. Bethesda, I think, earned a lot of goodwill with fans with the way they did that. I definitely think they did a great job with that, and I am beyond excited to get in and play it myself. Is that enough? What? Okay, well, I might have to uninstall Elden Ring to do it though. Because I don't know what else I can uninstall. Oh boy. But yeah, that. I mean, I guess there really isn't anything else to talk about when it comes to that. It's just, hey, sweet, Oblivion's here now.
Oblivion's out again.
Yeah, again. Nah, I mean, I think they did a great job. I'm excited.
The people look like it. I have it open right now. I'm looking at the Emperor, and I will say this: it's starting to get back into Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, I can see that.
That just because, like, you know, when you look at a person and they're like looking back at you during conversation.
Yeah.
The AI very much appears to be like looking off past you.
Yep. That is something.
And it'll glance right at you.
100% that was in the original Oblivion. What's up, Alex? But yeah, 100%. That was in the OG Oblivion. Where you just look at somebody and it's like the way they look at you and they'll walk up to you and be like, "Hi." And you're like, "Hey, dude.
Hi there.
What's up?"
How long does it normally take to complete a game of Oblivion?
What's up, Adam?
Haha.
What are you laughing at now?
I was just laughing at you going, oh.
I mean,
I'm opening up the...
it depends on what kind of person you are, because, like, for me personally, I've never done it, but I've also...
Mr. Completionist over there.
How many hours do I have in Oblivion? Freak completionist. I have 53 hours in Oblivion, and I did not even come close to the end of the story. If that gives you an idea.
Join the arena... Yo, there's a lot of stuff. Oh, there's Dark Brotherhood's here?
Yeah, and it's way better than Skyrim, in my opinion. You'll be able to play the remaster tomorrow, hopefully. I'm thinking Thursday. I unfortunately have to work tomorrow. You don't even get past the castle in the sky, part of the main quest. I have no idea what you're even referring to, because I haven't made it that far.
Yeah, it's actually kind of nice to see that all the achievements in the game are based around, like, reaching levels in different groups.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of nice.
Do I still need the file for Pokemon Y? Probably not. It's all the Avatar core books. I don't need that. I'm desperately trying to clear stuff out so I can download this game. Like, what can I kill? What can I kill?
Let me get rid of. Let me get rid of. Oh man.
What is this? I don't need any of you. Die. No, gone. Why is there still a thing for League of Legends replays on my computer? What? How has that managed to survive? Get out of there. What do you mean I require permission? Get off my computer! It's an empty file titled McAfee Vault from when I bought this computer and it auto had McAfee antivirus.
Why can't I move?
I have scrubbed that thing from my computer and yet it still holds on. The castle that the blades secure after you save Martin?
The blades are in this?
Yes. They play a huge part in the main quest. They're way better than the blades in Skyrim. Do you mean where you take Martin after you save him? You put the wall stuff.
I've already broken the game.
Yep, that sounds about right.
The game won't let me move. Okay, let's...
I don't need any of those. I don't need that.
Hey, what? Spencer, am I just not allowed to move?
Good grief, man. What is happening?
I'm like moving super slow.
Hit caps lock.
Nothing.
Okay, that was toggle sprint in the original one. I don't know what...
Like, it's telling me I need to go a certain direction, but I physically cannot move.
Oh my gosh. Share your screen on Discord.
Hold on. Like I can jump.
Let me watch it. Thank you, Discord.
Did I break the game?
Yeah, you broke the game.
God damn it. Load game. Okay.
Good grief. So, anyways, back to normal. What we were doing a podcast.
Cannot believe it's not any better.
What have you done?
Main menu.
How did you manage?
How did I manage to break a new game?
In 5 minutes!
Not even! I just gotta...
You freaking started the tutorial. You didn't even leave the tutorial room. You baffle me.
Okay, I think I just have to main menu and start over.
Probably. Ah, gosh, I need 5 gigabytes freed up. Hold
We'll
on.
skip that.
Control panel. Anyways, so moving on from Oblivion. Toys for Bob, which is the company that remade Crash Bandicoot and remade Spyro, have expressed interest in remaking Banjo-Kazooie as well, which I would be so down for. Like, we need to get Banjo-Kazooie in the minds of kids, both. Well, I don't think Spyro got a new game, but Crash Bandicoot got a new game after the remaster. And if we can get Banjo-Kazooie back in the mainstream, we could see a new Banjo-Kazooie game for the first time since Nuts and Bolts. Which is not a Banjo-Kazooie game. It is vastly inferior to the previous ones. But I would be really excited about that. I don't know how you feel about Banjo-Kazooie.
Never played.
Yeah, I didn't think so. You were freaking Halo from the time you came out the womb.
Hey, believe it or not, that is not true.
So what was
Halo had not been released yet.
Well, yes, of course. But you were also 2 when it was released.
Halo came out in 2001, right?
Okay, then you were 3 still. What were you playing then?
Spyro.
Okay, so you did play Spyro.
Yes, I did play Spyro. I
Oh,
played a lot of Spyro.
Sly Cooper would also be awesome to see. That's one that has a lot less publicity than even freaking Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, I would love that. I would love Sly Cooper. I'd love Banjo-Kazooie. A lot of old games I would love to see come back. But yeah, I mean, I guess there's really not much to Sly Cooper needs to be brought back. We need a new Donkey Kong Country. Well, we're getting the Donkey Kong Bonanza. That's essentially Donkey Kong Odyssey. A new Star Fox would be nice, but I don't trust Nintendo right now. I seriously don't. Cause yeah, like here's the thing too, but Bethesda releases the Oblivion remaster. It's $50. It is the same price that Oblivion was when it released back in 2005. You cannot tell me, oh, well, they're taking a loss on it. I'm getting sick of that freaking argument. Oh,
they already made their money.
They're taking a loss. They're taking a loss releasing this console. Yeah, okay, definitely. Sony's definitely not making these PS5s for freaking $50 and then selling it for $750. 100%. No, that's not happening. That's not what's happening. These poor mega corporations. Like I'm getting tired of that sentiment. Like, oh no, how will this poor company survive when they can only make 300 instead of 400% profits? Like, cry me a river. But yeah, Donkey Kong Country $100 edition. Yeah, that pretty much. Like, I can't stand. This was originally in the cards for what was supposed to be our show 2 weeks ago until I realized, well, What happened 2 weeks ago? Did I have to work? I know last week the reason we didn't do it was because I had my teeth removed.
Yeah.
And I was not exactly in the shape to be doing a podcast hours after having my teeth, because I still have my mouth packed with gauze. So,
yeah.
But whatever it was, I had originally put it on to complain more about Nintendo, because it truly is like, Nintendo is doubling down. That's what it was. Nintendo was doubling down on their pricing, and even they're now delaying and saying, oh, well, it might be more expensive even because of the tariffs. BS because of the tariffs. You're using the tariffs as an opportunity to make even more money. 100%. I don't care what anyone says. That's 100%. Nintendo went, oh, well, selling the Switch at $450 was going to make us 700% profits, but with the tariffs, it was only going to be a 550%. So we have to make sure we get those 700% by jacking up the price even further. Which leads into our next point of, we might be heading to a video game crash. Because if Nintendo sets the precedent of games being $80 or $90, there's going to be a company that comes along, sets it at $100, and eventually you're going to start getting to the point where people can't afford to buy games anymore. It's going to be a hobby for the rich. People who can drop, $1,000 to buy a console and $120 a game. And you're just gonna price people out. And the issue with that becomes, with so much money going into making games, and I have no doubt that games are just going to continue to get more expensive to make. When you pour all that money in, when you price out a big section of the consumer base, so once you hit the point of like $100 games, I guarantee you, outside of games like GTA 6, that there will probably be a significant number of people buying it at $100. You're not going to be able to sell a game for $100 and make your money, because the general public will not buy it, and the people who are buying it are not giving you enough money to make your money back from it. At that point, if you're going to just bank off the people who are wealthy enough to afford your product, you have to jack it up way higher. You got to be selling your games for $200, $300, $400 a pop for it to actually make you profit from just these big, whales. Exactly. Whale-based economics. That's 100% what it's going to turn into. And I don't think that's sustainable. Because, you probably have a lot of wealthy people who are willing to buy video games, but I just don't think that most AAA companies will be able to get away with that. With EA and Ubisoft and, even Xbox and Sony at this point have, Xbox and PlayStation, both Microsoft and Sony. I don't know why. Whatever. Anyways, they've soiled so much goodwill that I don't think they could get away with releasing those kind of things. You look at recent games, because the argument, if we roll it back a little bit, Xbox at least has Game Pass. That's true. And Game Pass is still a good deal, but I don't think that should be like an excuse for them necessarily, although they haven't been releasing a lot of games recently themselves, so it's kind of been publishers that work under them. But if we roll back to when they hiked the price up to $70, their reasoning was it was Sony that did it. It was Sony was the first one to price it at $70, and Sony said, "Well, if we're charging $70 for games, we can release better product." Okay, that would be a reasonable argument. Games did not improve in quality.
Made better product.
Nope. As a matter of fact, I think across the board, there's been a decrease in quality in the AAA space recently. Because after that increase to $70, we've had crap shows like Forspoken and Dustborn and what's the one that just released recently that a lot of people were saying, oh, if you don't like the game, it's because there's a black female lead and you're racist and sexist. And it was just like, maybe make a good game? What game was that called?
Yeah.
Whatever. I can't even remember the freaking name. That's how unmemorable it is. Yeah, Concord. Concord is another massive flop. Like, all of these ridiculous flops recently that it's like they're just worthless games. And you have other instances where it's remasters nobody asked for, or hey, let's release Skyrim for the 10th time. Like, just because I have a lot of goodwill towards Bethesda right now for this Oblivion remake doesn't mean they're perfect, because yeah, absolutely. The fact that Skyrim was released and re-released like 15 times in between Oblivion OG and Oblivion Remastered, that's not a good practice.
Yeah.
They done broke my mods. Yeah, exactly. That's that too. They kept breaking mods with all that stuff. So it's just, I think that gaming as a whole, there's going to be that moment where it hits a wall and it's going to be very indie for a long time. Because you're going to have independent people or independent groups of people doing passion projects, charging $15 to $20, maybe up to $30. And, you know, how many smash indie hits have there been? I mean, in the last 10 years, but even in as recently as the last 5. We have games like Hollow Knight and Celeste and Undertale and, you know, countless indie games that are like catching the wave. I mean, you've had a whole subgenre recently with the 4 Idiots Deal with Horror.
Yeah.
Where you've had Lethal Company kick that off, but now you have Repo, you have the Headliners, you have Content Warning, like all these little games that end up blowing up. That's the kind of thing that I think is going to persist as time goes on. Problem started when publishers started buying the dev teams instead of running as middlemen. Yes, 100%. Well, and I mean, there's always been problems with Suits dealing with video gaming, because Matt Colville, I know I've mentioned this 1,000 times now, but Matt Colville talked about working at Turtle Rock and how businessmen would ask them to do things in the game that would have lowered the quality of the game just for the sake of continuity.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we're not going to do that. But I mean, there's a lot of times when they have to just cave to these businessmen. Like, creativity for profit never works out. Yeah, well, that's exactly the thing. That's why these indie devs end up blowing up with something like Lethal Company or any of the ones I named before, because they're putting so much heart into it. They really care about the thing they're making, and it's the same way. I think even though it's not indie, the Oblivion remake seems to be that way thus far. Baldur's Gate 3 was that way.
Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 took the nerd world by storm.
Yeah, 100%. But there's been a lot of examples of AAA games recently that have that heart. It's essentially take this development team that has heart, they love creating video games, they love making fantastic product, and then give them a bunch of money. And then step away.
Yeah.
It always ends up working out better. It's like I'm going to do a sports analogy here that a lot of people who play games probably want to, not really a sports channel, but in sports, when an owner hires a general manager, that general manager's responsibility is finding coaches, finding players, making sure there's cohesiveness with the players he's finding. So he also has to hire scouts who evaluate players and, go and watch them play games, whether it's people who are going to be drafted, who are like younger kids who are playing in high school and college, or it's people like players on other teams and analyzing if they're going to be the right fit and then figuring out what a good, trade may be, how you're figuring out how to run the business basically. But there are multiple instances even right now where a sports owner wants to get their hands in everything. So the general manager's like, I think this is a good idea. And the sports owner's like, yeah, that might be a good idea, but I don't like that guy. I like this guy, though. You should get him. Oh, but he doesn't fit with our plan at all. I don't care. Get him because he's the one I want. And it runs the team into the ground because it's not supposed to be that way. That's the exact same thing that happens with video game companies. Hey, we want to do this. No, we don't like that. We want to do this. But that doesn't make any sense. We don't care. Do it. And I think that is what kills a lot of AAA games nowadays. Shut up, computer.
Yeah. Hey, honestly. Oh, your stream just went black. Okay, there, it's back.
Yeah, my computer was like, are you sure you want to do this thing? I'm like, yes, I'm sure. Go away. You also have to factor in ROI in the gaming industry because VCs want to see their money ASAP. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. The almighty dollar runs everything, so if I'm not lining my pockets, then this is not a worthwhile endeavor. Very frustrating. Very frustrating to witness. It sucks to see a hobby I love have so many issues like it has. It's not the only one that's having issues. The film industry is.
Oh, the film industry's eating shit right now.
Dude, it's so bad. So many terrible films. Like, Minecraft was not a good film. It's making a lot of money, but it was not a good movie. Snow White was quite possibly one of the worst things ever produced. I don't know the last time a Marvel movie has been any good. Sony keeps trying to release like Spider-Man adjacent movies with Kraven and all that. They're trying to capture the success the original Venom had, but it's just there's such a void of creativity, and I mean, it sucks. It sucks. It's terrible. You have things like Warner Brothers CEO just like canceling finished products because he can get a tax write-off off of it. Like,
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh boy. How's your little fiesta going now? Are you still stuck?
I got it. I had to restart. Apparently I got trapped in the dialogue thing where you can't move.
Oh, okay. I'm not surprised. There's gonna be bugs. No doubt there's gonna be bugs.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say we've kind of gotten through all the topics at this point. I will say, so
Oh, you're almost at 400 subscribers.
yeah, we're 9 away.
8 away.
Somebody has subscribed during this stream. Awesome. Uh, but so okay, I will ask before I talk about it. Is anybody who is present who has not seen the Minecraft movie interested in seeing it? I know
Yes,
you aren't.
I am.
Are you really?
Yeah, I want to watch it.
Do you care about
But no.
spoilers? It's not
Oh,
really a
shit.
spoiler, but
Do they beat the Ender Dragon?
no. You want to take the kid to it? Okay. Can I?
So no spoilers. That's it. You're done.
See,
Zippo.
because it's
You're done.
It's-
You're done.
it's a complaint that I have about the end of the movie that I don't know if it's really a spoiler, but I won't say anything if people are because it's one of those things where I was just like, I think that's a terrible way to end this movie. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way they played it, because it was kind of I won't say anything. Oh, they 100% leave it open to sequels. Yeah, 100%. There was just the way they framed the end of the movie kind of irked me. I won't say it since people don't want spoilers, but they unbanned cards for Commander for once. What did they unban? Oh, Black Hole doesn't care about spoilers. Alex, do you care about spoilers?
He said he did.
He said
Stop it. Just
he said
move
he wanted to
on.
take the kid to it. He didn't say he cared about spoilers. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. I can say it.
Maybe I'm taking my headphones off, you spoiling brat. Why don't you put a spoiler alert on the screen?
Okay, fine. Hold on.
Yeah, go type up spoiler alert.
I can add text right here. All right, boom. I don't know why the text is so big, but that's really funny. Stop flipping the text upside down. Gosh dang it.
Oh shit, I took the wrong direction.
Okay. So the thing that rubbed me the wrong way is at the end of the movie when they're leaving the Minecraft world, the final message for the movie seems to be like, stop being a loser and being creative in video games and go be creative in the real world. And it's just kind of like, okay, you're kind of insulting the very audience you are making the movie for with that sentiment.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. Cause I was just like, yeah, they pulled kind of like a Jumanji, but Jumanji I felt did it right, where they were all kinds of like if we're talking about the new Jumanji, where the four kids end up in the game and whatever, and they learn things about themselves in the game, and they're like, okay, yeah, we're better outside now than we were before. But at least the Jumanji movie made it kind of like, one, the interior of the game was hell. So it was like, yeah, not unreasonable that they'd want to get out of that situation. But does eating grass count? I mean, that is touching. But they made it clear like that, like the kids bonded in the game, so they were closer on the outside. They stopped being so obsessed about the things that bothered them before, like the one chick stopped being so, you know, what's the term? Like preppy. The one guy actually started working harder in school. Like that one I was like, okay, that it wasn't a great movie, but it was a fine ending. The Minecraft one is like, yeah, we got to get out of this Minecraft world. That way I can be creative where it really matters in real life. And it was just like, I get what you're going for, but no. You made this movie about a video game, and for the most part, they're pretty faithful to the game. It's dumb. It's super dumb. It is super dumb. But it is mostly faithful to the game. And then that little where it's just like, I don't know. I didn't like that right at the end. I felt that could have been done better. And I don't even know if that was the intention. That would actually be kind of hilarious, Black Hole. You'll see if you go and see it. You'll understand my sentiment. You know, they better add the lava chicken bit to the game. I think they already have in Bedrock. I think
because Bedrock's pets rock.
Yeah, okay. Bug rock. Freaking dying randomly. Yeah, Bedrock has a bunch of stuff from the movie in like data packs.
Yeah.
That I will say, not the only song in the movie. There's 4. I'm not joking. There's 4 songs in the movie. But yeah. Yeah, there is. Hold on, let me open up Bedrock real quick and look at the marketplace, because I know there is stuff for it in the marketplace. I just don't know what it is. What do you mean sign in with my Microsoft account? Okay, first of all,
Oh, I
shut
just
up.
got an achievement. It scared the shit out of me. Um,
No, I migrated my account and I've logged on to Bedrock on this computer before. I don't know why it signed me out. Yep, okay, here we go. We have, oh, it's free. A Minecraft movie DLC.
I'm sending you something really quick that I think you would get a kick out of.
There's the character pack, also free. Yep, Lava Chicken. So, yeah, there is 4 Minecraft movie expansions that are all free. So at least they're not charging for it.
I need to go sell stuff.
Crimes. We're just chilling, Razor. At this point, we don't have a lot left to talk about. Eli's playing Oblivion. I'm desperately trying to delete things from my computer to make room for Oblivion. I don't want to keep doing it while I'm on stream, though, because it interrupted stream last time I uninstalled something, so. How's Oblivion so far?
Make my brain hurt.
Yeah. Have you made it out of the sewer yet?
Not really. I just got out of the sewer.
Okay.
I just broke a hammer.
What did you think of the Emperor dying?
I missed it completely.
Oh my gosh, you are unbelievable.
I looked the wrong way. And I turned around and his body's on the ground. And there's an assassin there. I was like, what? So, like...
Alright, well... What was the game crash thing? What game crash thing? Oh, yeah, like a crash in the market. Oh, I can delete this now, since we're not talking about. Basically, like, if you know your video game history, like when E.T. on Atari came out and almost destroyed video games as we know it. It basically...
What the fuck?
The industry almost got destroyed by that. And I think that is something that's going to happen as time progresses. Games get more expensive. Consoles get more expensive. They price out the lower tier consumers, but they're going to hit this middle ground where they either have to bring the prices back down for the average consumer to actually buy their products, or they have to skyrocket them so high that they can sustain themselves off of the few people who are able to actually purchase it. And I think there's a lot of companies that are going to get themselves into trouble in that in-between, and that's when indie developers are going to kind of become the market for video games. But video games are just becoming too expensive to produce nowadays. Let's make the Oasis from RP1. Oh. It took me a second to realize it was Ready Player One. I mean, as long as it's not laced with microtransactions.
Oh, it would be.
100%. And advertisements.
Why am I moving so stupidly slow?
The book version, not the money one.
Dude, when you open it up, you're gonna have to mess around with sprinting around in third person mode.
Oh, gosh. I am so excited for this. Alright. I don't have much left to say.
Do you got a quote?
I do. I have to find it. Do you have a quote?
I do. The seats are empty. The theater is dark. Why do you keep acting? Charles Bukowski.
That's a good one.
Can't spells.
Man cannot remake himself without suffering, for he is both the marble and the sculptor. Alexis Carrel.
You know what's really funny? I almost picked that one.
Ah,
That was my next down.
we came close. We've come close multiple times to picking the same quote. We can be the good guys, or we can be the guys who save the world. We can't be both. That's good. From Invincible. All right. Well, thank you everybody so much for watching. I won't be back tomorrow because I have an unexpected 8-hour shift at work. So I will be back Thursday, and we will most likely... Yeah, I was going to say, Razorbolt has... Me and Razorbolt have picked the same quote one time. That happened. Me and Eli haven't done it yet. But...
Surprisingly.
It is very surprising. But yeah, we'll probably do a really long stream on Thursday for Oblivion. If it works. Fingers crossed. But yeah, so thank you everybody. Hope everybody has a great rest of your night. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll catch you on Thursday. Tally ho!
Tally